Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you very much for watching. For watching? You just got here. Thank you very much for joining me. This is the Light in the East campaign. We're playing as the wonderful Ottoman in MEIOU and Taxes 2.52.6. We're having a very, very successful war against Naples. And we are sieging down Athens, who suddenly found themselves with only one measly ally, which is the rather pathetic 5 development knights, since we exiled them from Rhodes. Should be good. Oh, nice. Hi, Gigao. And yes, YouTube, I'm still live on Twitch. And Gigao, the lead on MEIOU and Taxes, just showed up in the chat. Made a bloody brilliant mod, Gigao. Keep at it. Alright, so this should be good. Got war dynamism on all of these provinces, as well as down here, ticking down, just waiting on those to fire. Obviously going to tank our diplomatic power, but that's okay. By the way, people in chat, please look into it for me. I know the Ottomans landed at Taranto. Did they ever raid or siege anything in Salerno? Or should we just take... So, in other words, are we allowed to take this or this? Because obviously we're trying to go no further than historical Muslim conquests in Europe. Outside Europe, we're allowed to go buck wild, and I intend to. All right, can't barrage this. Oh right, yeah. Should probably blockade this huge fort, huh? There goes Macedonia. Nice, which obviously we will give to Macedonia. I think at the end of this war, before I end the war, I'm going to declare war on Hungary. Because we really need this province from them. Although I'd like to release Serbia before I declare on them. So maybe we end these wars, release Serbia, and then in the same day we release Serbia, we declare on Hungary. Because this is going to get a coalition, including Hungary, against us. So, we'll see. We'll see. Giga, I'm curious about your answer to a question we had in between this episode and the previous, which was how hard do you think it is to learn MEIOU and Taxes? If you're good at EU4, how long do you think it would take before you felt comfortable playing MEIOU and Taxes? The Ottomans attempted to siege Oranto. There were Arab mercenaries marauding in southern Italy in the 8th to 10th centuries. Okay, nice. Which means that we have the Emirate of Bari actually fully existed. Okay, did they get as far north as Bari? Can we take Bari as well? We can take military ahead of time. We don't really need it. It does give us like almost double cavalry fire, but we don't need that for now. Take the heel. That's all. That seems like fair game based on that. Okay, so we'll take Bari and Taranto and Salerno. Seems good. Difficult. You haven't played vanilla in like 7 years. Fair enough. Fair enough. Is that navy fleeing? Yes, I would like to try and catch out the Neapolitan, but they're going to get away. Oh, they're not trying to get away. That could be a bad sign. We have 2 fire, 1 shock. They have 2 fire, 1 shock. Okay, let's see. Their galleys are higher tech. But looks like it started well for us. Oh, one of our galleys is going down pretty quickly, though. We'll see. Slave uprising, going to province. I think it's worth it to crush their navy because the AI's economy tends to be a lot worse than ours. They will find this harder to recover from than we will find it to recover from any losses we take. Yep, there we go. Oh, wow. Hang on. Stack wipe. Fleet leaving? Pourquoi? What does pourquoi actually mean? What's the literal translation? Is it for what? I'm not sure. Yeah, learning 3.0 is a different question. when I answered between and for your benefit, YouTube, I answered that it's not hard to learn MEIOU and Taxes. It just takes, time and hard work, which is a bit like saying it does take. It is hard, but. Giga makes a good point. He's saying that part of it is that you have to unlearn a bunch of things. That's definitely true. All right, give me that grain warehouse here. Nice. How are we doing on the the Sunni community in Constantinople. Up to 40%, pretty nice. Very close to a majority there, or rather a plurality, because the religion map mode doesn't show the majority religion, it shows the religion with a plurality. Come watch my stream, see me struggle with the mod I work on. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, the burghers are perfectly happy. Do we want to offer the greater nobles anything? No, we only want to offer them money, honestly. Pourquoi means, it means why, but literally it means for what. Okay, good. I thought it was something like that. Thank you. Alright, kick their navy out. I think I am going to land some men in the boot. I mean, why not, right? We have to wait for this war dynamism anyway. Well, I mean, why not is because it costs manpower, but... Let's take a look at Hungary. Hungary has, wow, 32,000 manpower. It's really bad. It's going to take a long time to kill 32,000 manpower. They don't have any significant allies, though. So how about Croatia? 2,000 men, insignificant. Moldova, 2,000 men, also insignificant. Both likely to double, so that's 8,000 between them. I think we build up to force limit, and then we just absolutely crush Hungary. We release Serbia, and we feed all of this, which is all Serbian core except this province, to Serbia. That gives us a really nice border fort, which we can hold against them in future battles. Yeah, that seems good. We may cancel their overlordship over Moldova as well. Is it Moldova or Moldovia? Moldovia. Is Moldova somewhere different? Am I crazy? I mean, now I'm thinking it's like... Is that spelt differently to in vanilla? Zietirish. Have a good one. Alright, what else? Still just got a bunch of unrest. Truce with Genoa is up. We don't really want Genoa in a coalition against us. But they're allied to Castile, so I can't really declare on them. Just out of the blue. Athens we are going to have to take directly, which is obviously going to cause quite a bit of aggressive expansion. Let's do that now. Might as well start stuff ticking down. Plus, hey, 18 ducats, not bad for some of these small guys. Moldova is the Anglicization. Moldova is how it's called in Romanian. You know it's your native language. Cool. You have a nice country. I was there year before last. Assuming your native language is from the country you live in, which I guess is plausibly not the case. Alright, good. We've got... nice. We've got an extra 10% control of our home node without our ships present, based on what we were seeing a little while ago. Let's ship up the boys over. Obviously, we should special interest these. Oh, I can't. Why not? Ah, because of the input lag. We could, like, special interest where we expect our borders to be, but that seems like it might be quite a lot of work. I expect we'll probably go... I mean, very predictably, we'll probably take the Hungarian border, like that. Maybe we'll have here. We might even allow ourselves like that. Does that end up... Because we're going partly for, you know, around the maximum Muslim conquest extent, but also we're also trying for nice borders. That's a pretty nice border. It's also pretty good for trade zone wise. Take Vienna as well. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, that is not a bad increased border, but we can have a subject hold Vienna. We'll just have to bring more knights than our enemies can possibly bring. And then in terms of controlling the Black Sea, we are going to be considering that the Crimean Protectorate counts as Muslim control around here. It's really difficult to get nice borders up here. Was this Muslim controlled at one point? It was, right? Briefly, I think. So we'll probably go something like that. And then down here it gets a bit trickier. The thing is, you don't really want Cubain, but then this one looks really out of place. Map painting game, always fun. All right, and then down here, and at this point we're getting to, you know, outside Europe, so we can kind of go where we want. It was up until the Crimean War. Nice. Okay. You might. Do you want to go both sides of the hills here? By hills, I mean the Caucasus. Like maybe the nicest border option is like this. Is this Europe? Is this technically Europe? Yes. So that would be going against the rule a bit. Hills, look. That might generate the nicest borders, honestly. Excuse me. Sorry. Clearing my throat there. That does go against the you know, only to their maximum extent in Europe though. So I think we probably do stay our side of the mountains. Maybe we even, you know, don't have, well, I mean, you want to control the Crimean node. Because the Caucasus have to feed through Crimea. So maybe we allow ourselves that. This little corner though is so ugly. I think that's honestly better than this kind of big sticking out one. What do you think, chat? I think that looks like a good a good border plan in Europe. And then the plan in Asia is simple. Yes, we're gonna have all this. We won't have full control in the Caucasus, but what we can do is, like, anywhere we don't control in a trade node, like, sure, we're not going to control all the land in the Adriatic, which means it will keep pulling against our Aegean node. We just burn it down. We just utterly burn down this place. The Volga should be the border, but I can't make the Volga the border, Gigao, because you made provinces that straddle it. This is the Volga River, right? Pretty sure. It's the one that Stalingrad's on. Like, here? Or here. Where's Stalingrad? Is it Stalingrad? I'm not sure. It might be somewhere here. It's somewhere like between here and here. This much I think I know. It's where the river bends north. So here. That makes sense. Roughly. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that border looks pretty good. And then we can't really draw the border we're going to have over here because I think we're going to go with... I think what we'll do is we'll have 2 subject states in Iberia. Like, we'll hold a couple of key trade ports in the south directly. This is all kind of, you know, Emirate of Granada style stuff. And then we'll have... We may even hold this as well. Kind of... like this, because that creates quite a nice little kind of smiley face. Oh, we should have Cordoba. Come on, Emirate of Cordoba. It just fits. I think we'll hold that directly and then have the rest be ideally a Granadan subject state, which might be a little bit tricky to organize. Can't find Stalingrad on the map. Has obviously not played Hearts of Iron 4 in ages. Hello, Kane. How are you? It's been like literally probably 900 days since I've spoken to you. I have played at Hawaii in ages. I won Ragnarok. But yes, nowhere near, not fighting anywhere near Stalingrad. I think that's probably what we'll hold directly. Although it might look better if we cut a little bit from the coast there. But yeah, something like that, and then obviously all of this can remain ours. And yeah, I suppose to finish off, the Balearic Islands were definitely held by Islamic nations at one point, as were these. Will you play Hoi on Wednesday? Hoi on Wednesday? No. Christian plays Hoi, but only for 9 hours straight at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's not lying. That is how I beat Ragnarok. I think that looks pretty good for our European borders. Did, yeah, speaking, historians in chat, did any Islamic nation of any sort ever hold anything in Corsica, Sardinia. I have a vague recollection from CK2 that maybe at one point they held the south, but I could be making it up. Otherwise, I think that is our European border. They tried raiding it a bit. We can't count any kind of raids, I think. I think it has to be more, a little bit more invasion style. Technically, we'd have to not hold the Dalmatia coast, but I think that would be too border-gory. Because I'm pretty sure didn't this coast remain... The reason, like, Croatia is such a weird shape is because they didn't hold this area, right? You could take Malta. Yeah, good point. And obviously we can have all of this remaining land over here. Is there anywhere else in Europe that Islamic nations held? You're not one of the MEIOU campaigns because you're one of the corrupt, leader of the political parties? That's correct. I'm not, well, I'm not in it because I wasn't invited to play it. They've got plenty of devs to play. So, fair play. Or did they never take it? No, Malta was definitely, that was part of the same emirate that held Sicily, I believe. Yeah, I think that's our European borders. And then we'll have, I think we might just get spiteful against the Italians. Like, we'll have a big march here, a big march here, a big march here. And then we're just going to leave Italy independent and burn it down over and over and over again. Because that seems really funny. Although to do that, like, in the easiest way possible, we kind of need to help Italy unify. So we can just burn it down in one war. I'm kind of glad I'm not playing. I wouldn't refuse, but in some ways I'm glad if I'm not playing in the Hoi 4 mega campaign, because playing it in terms of being in the political parties is like the most fun I've had in a long time. We will also build mosques like in every province on the map, because the art power stacks up and is insanely good. Plus the unrest reduction is, it's kind of like, what is it, -1 or -2 unrest? I forget. Yeah, it's -2 unrest. You can, you build for like 60 ducats a province, you can get -2 unrest globally. I suspect the Senate may appoint you a general, so you'll be in spirit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm slightly opposed to party leaders being made generals. It seems a little, I don't know, too self-aggrandizing. But I know other party leaders do not have the same reservations, so I won't object. Plus, Midgeman has already made an asset for it. All right, focusing on the game again for a moment here. Charges of innovation. We can have... Oh, God, it's a 12-year religious controversy. We've got no religious strength anyway. I'm going to play the Super Tall Switzerland game once. You're going to do to Italy what I did to France. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to return to tradition. We don't need the military points, and I'd rather not have the stability increase interval. We are going to bring over some more men soon, but we're basically just waiting on 2 more war dynamisms, because we can't get Corfu because it's a capital. And then we're looking at this from the actual peace deal. No, sorry, just this from the actual peace deal. Which is only barely going to get Hungary in. And the tribes continue to contribute, which is obviously great. I just like, it's nothing against the Italians, and I'm actually a big fan of a lot of Italian culture and all that stuff, but I really like the idea of turning the birthplace of the Renaissance into like a smoking pit. I swear, it's not at all spiteful. It just seems really funny. Especially because it's, hate of the other Rome, right? We're the successors of Rome. So we got to, nothing says like confidence in your claim, like feeling compelled to destroy anyone else that has a rival claim. Nothing says security, like lashing out at anyone that doubts you. Alright, we can take tech. Oh yes, of course, no tech. I'm still torn on idea groups, because we could also take popular religion. You get the 15% religious unity, but you don't get any missionary strength. And we really need the missionary strength. Nice, another core done. Any more cores we can do? Yes. Athens. Sweet. I really thought that said Gloucestershire for a second. Inside the mind of a dyslexic. That legitimately looked like Gloucestershire to me. Only for like half a second, but it was there. Alright. I mean, we are looting some from this place. Even with low looting, we do have the tribes, which amps up the amount of looting you do. Alright, pop out here. Don't need the transports. Split off what we need for the blockades, and then we can get some more going in the north, because their navy is up around the other side. Let's leave a few guys. Just keep that going. I don't really want to siege a fort, is the thing. So let's keep it minimal in these areas. Also don't want to siege with cavalry, really. Cool, and there is our final bit of war dynamism. Look at that. Lovely jubbly. So with this, that secures mainland Greece entirely. Well, actually, where does Greece extend to, technically? Okay, yeah, technically not, because we still need this province. Right, but we can get that in the upcoming war with Hungary. Let's not bother sieging this province. I don't know, I'm kind of pleased with these borders. I think that looks kind of nice, and I really like that it's restricting us. It means that there will, even if you establish big marches like here and a kind of Bohemian Austrian march. Have you noticed, by the way? Oh, I was going to say Bohemia really seemed quite ascendant earlier, but now it looks like Austria is winning back their lost territories. But yeah, like a Bohemian Austria march, a Al-Andalus march, and like a Kievian march. All seem really fun. We were originally going to try and only make marches out of people with green map colors, which we could still try. I also might allow myself to move my AI subject capitals freely, because a lot of the time, if you get like Iberia, for example, as a subject, they would be the perfect color to feed Iberia. I mean, Granada as well, but I want to own Granada directly, so that'd be really awkward. But they're the perfect color to feed Iberia to, but they will almost certainly never move their capital from here. At least that's my experience. Which means that all of Iberia will be at hopelessly high autonomy because of the communication efficiency. So, obviously, if that could be circumvented with a bit of sneaky tag switching, I think that would be well worth it, honestly. Alright, we've got some money now. Have we still got the timer? Yeah, we've got until February of next year to build one more thing in Bursa with this discount. Well, Merchant Guild, it's not bad. Thing is, I'm not that concerned about trade power right now. I do like the extra urban gravity, but it's only 1. Though it's a 15% urban gravity modifier. Yeah, okay, we're going to build a Merchant Guild. I'm hopeful we'll get enough money for that by next year. How are we doing loot on this war-wise? Not too much. 120 ducats so far. It's not bad, though. Something. We're going to get a lot of these Christianity in decline events, but they are I love them because they're such good news. They mean that there's been some passive conversion in our land. Passive conversion happens faster the less tolerant you are, so ours isn't going to happen super, super quick. But it also accelerates with your missionary strength, which again means that it's not going to happen very quick. The event that triggers the X in decline can only fire if the province is owned by you, has no nationalism, and does not border a province that is owned by a nation that matches the religion which is, being considered for decline. Now, next question, in terms of borders, what do we give to Macedonia? The thing is, we can get, okay, it's only mediocre communication, which means that's going to be rock stuck at 100%. Yeah, especially because there's tribals here. No, forget it. If this land has tribals, it's going to be stuck at 100. I mean, that one's actually getting close. Where's the port? Okay, this is the port in this area. So, ideally, we want to hold that and maybe this, because you'd have the port here and the roads here, and then the area above that you can just let the tribals have their way with it. But There's basically two options. Do we give Macedonia this bit? Because remember, originally we were trying to feed Albania. Do we give Macedonia this bit, or do we give them this bit as well? Because this area, we're going to struggle to get communication over here. Oh, I mean, it's fairly quick to here, actually. Why is it so bad up here? Oh, you don't have a port! Maybe we keep it, honestly. Maybe we keep this whole area. And Macedonia ends up being a bit small, just getting here and here. Then we, you know, integrate them sooner. How is the integration going on Macedonia, by the way? Hello, Macedonia. Macedonia will be integrated in 34 years right now. I mean, I'm tempted to keep this area, knowing that we can get communication here. Although, actually, no, the autonomy is still going up, despite the fact that we have fairly quick communication, 28 days. You were at least coming down a bit. Basically just because it's burghers, not greater nobles. I mean, the advantages of keeping it are, it makes our nobles richer and therefore happier, which is pretty good. Like, that's really useful. I think we keep it. I think we just have a small inland Macedonia and Serbia that we integrate relatively quickly. And we keep all this land to basically counteract the fact that the nobles are about to lose a lot of land when we core all this. Although I say about to, we're not going to core that for ages because we have to fill out a whole admin idea group first. Is that even smart? I mean, this is I know we've considered a lot of questions paused, but exclamation point unpause in chat if you're wondering why. Maybe. Did I mute? Sorry, I was just clearing my throat. I'm pretty sure we did mute. I did mute. What's that cracking? That's me pressing the mute key, the manual mute key on my what do you call it? Mic. I think we should. I'm tempted to core this land before we take an idea group. Now let's take a look at the costs. You know what? Let me do some real quick maths here. What's 131 plus 12? Stop. Sorry. What's 131 plus 12 plus 28 plus 12 plus 36 plus 53 plus 20 plus 28 plus 12 plus 81 plus 31 plus 57 plus 16 plus 119 plus 41 plus 47 plus 10 plus 12 plus 49 plus 8? It's one of the few good things about speech recognition. Okay, so that's going to cost us 820 mono points to core basically all of our stated land right now, which is that. Would we rather get 2 ideas sooner, which if we go scholasticism would be institutions spread in true faith provinces, worthless, and missionaries, actually right now, also worthless, because we can't convert just now. Oh, actually we can. The tolerance has gone away. Let's up the maintenance again. So the other, the missionary is useful, but I think we actually core first. I think we core before. Hey, maybe we core before we even take admin tech, because it's going to make us so much money. Not coring this bit here yet, except Konya, because it's the only one that's at 50. But we're going to make so much money from coring all of this and all of this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And this... Right, well, not here and here, but... Yeah, I'm going to do it now. We're not war exhausted, are we? War exhaustion, does that affect core curiosity in this game? No. Okay, good. I mean, it's mod. So we're going to core this. We're going to core all that. And have a look at how that looks. I mean, look at this. The autonomy will now start ticking up in all likelihood, because the local autonomy minus 0.5 is going to go away. You can actually reduce your autonomy to 0 fastest if you don't state something for a while, because in M&T that is, because it ticks down faster when it's when it's kind of acting like it has 50 autonomy, because it also affects the local autonomy reduction. But now you can expect to see this go up a bit. Yeah, so it's going to go up by 14.7% now, to rest at around 20, but still, that's really good. Thank you, Gal. My great pleasure. Thanks for the mod. Have a good one. The death of the Queen Dowager. Do we want some prestige or lots of prestige? We want some prestige, please. Where else are we able to core right now? Basically some places around here. And we don't want to do anywhere that's not already 50. So Konya we would like to do, but that's 82. I honestly think it's a good choice. I very rarely delay tech, but this is going to make a big impact on our bottom line, having all of this low autonomy land. So I think it's worth it. We also might want to consider other states. Like Hudavendigar is a pretty clear contender, given the production in the city here, but it's not that big of a city right now. So maybe we pass over it for now. We can make 2 more states, right? Yeah. I mean, what are we looking at in terms of actual just raw development? We've got 61 here, 61 here. The autonomy here must be murderous. Is it coming down at least? Yeah, not quickly though. 82 here, but again, this is more recent conquest, so the autonomy is still high. And greater nobles as well. We probably want the Peloponnese to be a state, but there's not that much development down here. There's potential because of the ports, but I think maybe we do just do Hudavendigar, honestly. 61 development is a lot. Plus it'll make the map look much nicer if it's all green in this area, which is, you know, the best reason really. So there you go. Hudavendigar is now stated. One more. There's already 44 development here, and then when we add in this lot, that's quite a lot more. And again, for the neatness of internal borders, and we'll build a city in Macedonia in the fullness of time, but right now we're going to give it away. So that seems like a very foolish place to build a city, sorry, to state just now. Okay. I'm tempted to make Eastern Bulgaria, because Eastern Bulgaria does have a city, right? Yeah. Not a big one, but they've got some metalwork going. What are we making, by the way? Silk. Right, so we'll need to switch this off metalwork at some point, but I don't like to switch it when it doesn't have a local production modifier. What about Athens? Athens is already in a state. Well, what about down here? It's only 30 development. There will be more, because Talia is going to be a relay port, but that's only really relevant once we own the Levant. I think we hold on to our other state for now, and the autonomy here was already 50 even before we made it a state, which means it's going to be really low once we actually core it. Let's core all that we can in there, which is just this little one in the south, which wasn't even below 50, but oh well. I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move because remember, money just snowballs. We're focusing on silk, and this is the only thing that I ever go to the M&T wiki anymore. M&T trade goods. I never remember the exact modifiers you get, and they're not displayed very nicely in game, if at all. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're gonna make. It's called. Oh, network error. Hopefully that was on my end, not yours. And that didn't actually just kill the stream. No, it's still that good. We're going to make silk. Silk gives you, and this is ascending levels of abundance. You get abundance if you produce a certain amount of goods per population. 2.5% admin tech cost at level 1. Then 5% tech cost and 5% provincial trade power. Then 10% tech cost and 10% provincial trade power and 10% advisor cost. Then 15% tech cost, 15% provincial trade power, 15% advisor cost, and then 20. So that seems pretty good. Seems pretty good to me. I think it's a fun one. I almost always do leather, because leather gives production efficiency. But I think provincial trade power will be fun, especially because we're probably going to, we're not going to be able to just take all of India and leave it uncored like I did when I owned all of Europe. We just won't have the manpower to sustain that kind of level of uncored provinces. So we're going to be focusing on more kind of key trading ports in our Indian and hopefully Chinese trade network. And, you know, if you want to maintain a big trade network with only key trading ports, you need a really good trade power modifier. That's my logic. And I'm sticking to it. All right. Can we afford this yet? No, but very soon. Income is really fluctuating all over the place. Public services, or whatever it's called, public tolls, etc. Changes pretty radically over time. Oh, it's going to be a fun weekend. Tons of MEIOU and taxes. Streams, politics, modding. Good times, man. It's been a long time. I mean, obviously, you know, COVID. So it's been a long time since I had a like gaming weekend with my fiance being away. I think it's probably been like 6 months. No, 5 months since this last happened. Oh, it's a good time. On that happy note, I'm going to end the episode. Don't worry, Twitch not going anywhere. Thank you for watching YouTube. Next episode, we will finally end the war. I said we'd end this episode. But before I forget, let's build that glorious Merchants Guild and get that 15% additional urban gravity modifier to help with the saturation problem that we've been having here. Look at that! 8,000 estimated population growth in the urban group this year in Bursa. Very, very nice. Filling out that craftsman's district in no time at all. And then we're going to move on probably to some Constantinople buffing up, which will be great. But all that and more in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.